Hi everybody and welcome back to Bovine Budgeting. So this is my first cash stuffing video of the new year. I'm so excited. I am using different headphones today, so if the sound is weird, I'm sorry. I don't know where my connector went, so that's what it is. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, I've had an absolutely eventful 2 weeks, so I'm very excited. I'll go through my spending. I'll go through it really quickly, and then I have my little stories for the day. So this is my total overview of the spending. So let me just get up the actual, where is it? Where on earth did my Google Sheets go? Sorry. Okay, so I got paid, and then I spent I spent $110 on therapy. I bought some antibiotics because I was very, very sick. I think I mentioned that in the last video. I finally got antibiotics for it. So that was $14.53 for the antibiotics and some lip balm. I got like an SPF lip balm because it's very sunny in Australia and I do not want to burn. I spent $130 on a driving lesson. I spent $21.01 to change my appointment at Vic Roads, and I spent $20.81 on the hazards test. My family went out to dinner, and that was $96.66. So I paid, but then my parents paid me back $100. And I also bought a carabiner for $3.15. To hold my keys, I spent $66.38 on petrol, $9.90 on groceries. I spent $24 on some alcohol, and I spent $5.05 on more groceries, and that was it. So total of $402.13 on necessary spending, $99.81 on not strictly necessary, and then $96.66 on eating out, which was the time that I paid for my whole family. It wasn't just for me, but then I got reimbursed, so I wasn't sure if I should count that, but it was still money I spent. Like, they didn't have to pay me back. It was very generous of them to do so, but they didn't have to, so that was what that was. And so while I get all of my stuff ready, Alonzo's got a bunch of savings charges on him, so excited about that. Hello, Alonzo says hello. While I get all this stuff out, I'm going to, just explain what on earth has happened. So, I got my P-plates, my license, essentially, probationary license. If you are not in Australia, you don't know what that means. Basically, I can drive on my own now. I was on my L's for so long beforehand. So I'm just going to take all these ones out. These are just blanks. Pop that to the side. So I have been on my L's for so long, and I finally planned to do my my test. And you need to take a hazards test first. Actually, this is microphone. I'm going to put microphone back. You need to do a hazards test. And I thought I had done my hazards test in February. It only lasts a year. So I was like, sweet, it's December. I've done it in February. I'll be fine. Turns out I had done it in December. Didn't think to check. That was completely on me. And so I was ready to pay $300 and something for my driving test envelope. I was ready to pay that to do a driving lesson, and then also for my instructor to be with me in the test. But they wouldn't let me sit the test because I hadn't done my hazards. And I tried, and I was like, please, can you just let me take the test now, and I'll do the hazards tonight? Can I do the hazards quickly in the waiting room? And they're like, no. So that was awful. And they were like, you can either rebook here in a month because it's like school holidays, everyone's doing the test, so they basically have no appointments. I booked this one months ago. So at the time, my test was valid, but obviously by the time it ran around, it wasn't. And I kind of wish they'd told me when I was booking, like, hey, just so you know, it won't be valid. But again, it's on me for not checking. But they were like, oh, we've got a test location. There's one free at like 9 a.m. on Monday. Can you do Monday? Because I'd booked it for Friday. So I was like, okay, 3 days as opposed to like a month. I'll do it. Turns out I didn't know where that location was, and it was like half an hour away. I thought it was like 15 minutes. So I went there. Oh, I drove my mum. So she wasn't allowed to be in the car with me. She had to sit in the waiting room at Vic Roads. And I had to drive with no instructor. But I did it, I passed. And so now I've been on a couple drives myself. That's what the petrol was for. And my parents did pay me back for that because it's not my car yet. It's going to be my car. Once Mum gets a new car, I'm going to have her old car. but she hasn't got a new car yet. So she was like, I'll pay for the petrol and stuff because you're driving it. And yeah, anyway, what was the point that I was getting at? Yeah, so they reimbursed me for that, which is very cute, cool. I meant to say cool, not cute. But yeah, this is roughly what we're working with. And then update number 2, I went a little bit stir crazy when I was home, and I made a whole bunch of savings challenges. So I've got these. So summertime savings is going to oh my gosh, my travel. Where on earth is my travel one? I knew I was missing something. Where on earth did I put my travels? Oh, it's under here, idiot. I've got 3. So my Pepsi Cheers one. Oh, my travel. This paperclip will be the death of me. My travel. Do it for Alonzo. I'm trying to get rid of these as soon as possible because I've got all these new ones that I made. So summertime savings is going to replace travel. Car is going to be for anything to do with the car. Because again, I'm not going to buy a car because I'm going to get my mum's car. But I do need to get like rego, insurance, petrol. I don't know what else you have to buy for a car. Never had a car, but stuff to do with a car. Reach for the stars. This bow one, I think I'm going to use that for saving up for headphones. I do want some noise cancelling headphones for my trip to America, for the plane. And just in general, I'd like noise cancelling headphones, but be very helpful on the plane. That's good. Sent with love. I'm not sure, maybe gifts. And slushy fun. This one is so me. I love Slurpees. I didn't buy a Slurpee the whole past 2 weeks. That's weird. Oh no, that's a lie. I did. Well, mum paid for it, so that's why it's not on my spending tracker. Once I passed my driving test, I was like, we got to go to get 7-Eleven. That makes more sense. I was like, surely I haven't had 2 whole weeks without a Slurpee. But then it's like slushy fund. I thought it was funny. And I also have one more in this amazing, no, I've got 2 more, sorry. I've got deposit and I've got saving siblings. So my friend in America has a squishmallow. So this is obviously Alonzo. Hello, Alonzo. And then this is, I think his official name is Zumia. But my friend has one and its name is Crimith. And so Alonzo and Crimith are like siblings. And so I made a saving challenge for my friend because to replace the Caro Cash one. I think I've got it in the back of the binder. It's still got the money in it. So I just wrote bank. This is not a savings challenge, this is going to the bank, but the Funhouse one. I did like the Funhouse one, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the new ones, so I designed my own savings challenge, but I also made this binder. Like I said, I got so bored on the holiday. I did a lot of things. So I made these little envelopes. They're not like the best quality, obviously, like that's a bit of buckling. They're not like professional quality, like sellable ones, but they're for me. So I'm very happy with that. I got my little, look at them. That makes such a fun sound. Hang on, can I get it to do it? Crinkle, crinkle. And I also made a cover out of Harmer beads that is cow patterned, or cow print patterned. I do want one of those things that's like 3 rings, but it's all connected. But until then, I've just got these binder rings. But I didn't have enough time to make the back cover. So it's just got a front cover for now. But this is where all of my savings challenges are going to live. I was going to put this one and just like cut it and put it in here, but I thought I'm going to try to finish it today. And then travel, I don't want to see how much is in here. And if I have to take it out to put it in there, then it's going to be annoying. So that's what I got. If anyone has any ideas of which ones I should put in there, please let me know. But I do want to do car. I want to do deposit, which is already in there. And then I've got the savings challenge. Okay. So let's get stuffing. I'm going to put those to the side. Everything is absolutely bonkers. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get the money out. It's been a thing. I have, how much do I have today? I forgot. Didn't write it down. 100, 200, 300, 400, and 20, 35. 435. Okay. Good, good, good. So let's go. Eating out, I do want to put a bit of money in eating out because I should be going to the cinema with a friend. So I've got 30. I'm going to swap that for a 50. And then it's like I've put 20 in. So I've got $50 for eating out for the next 2 weeks. I think that should be good. I've been doing pretty well at like not eating out by myself. So That's good. I've got that. Gifts. Hang on a sec. Eating out. That's done. I'm just gonna. Oh, maybe we should like place it upside down. Oh, it's a good idea. Clothes. Not touching clothes. Gifts. I do want to put some money in gifts. How much have I got? Gosh. Damn it. There's 20 in there as well. Okay, I've got 20, 30, 40, 50. Again, swap that for 50. And 10 bucks. 60 bucks in gifts. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But I do want to hold that down a bit. Groceries. How much have I got in groceries? 20, 40. I'll put in a 10, but I'll leave it as that. I won't swap it for a 50. Just because sometimes, I don't know, like if I have to pay for $5 of groceries, it feels a bit silly bringing out a 50. There we go. Oh, Alonzo can guard the pile. Let me see what I've got next. Oh, saving challenges. They should not be out yet. Sorry. Absolute mess today. Oh, when am I not a mess? Let's be honest here. Okay, health. I have got 105. I'm going to put in a 50, but take out the 5. So it's like I've put in 45. So that's 150 to health. I'm going to have to get some more contacts soon. Go to the optometrist. That's what I got. Okay, nose piercing. Okay, so you have a goal this year. A goal. I've got a bingo card, and one of my cards is to get a piercing. So I'm going to try to somewhat more actively stuff this. So I put 20 in, so I'm at 50 now. Holy moly. Swap that for 50. Actually, should I? No. I'll leave it. Because I'm about to finish some challenges, so I want to put the big notes in there. I think. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. That's fine. Get in there. Okay, that is all of the actual rollover. The actual sinking funds that I've got. So I'm going to put that away. Let me just right on top of Alonzo here. Oh, holy moly. Okay. Get in there. Close that one up. Okay. This feels so big now compared to my tiny little... They're the same size, but this is just a lot of extra. Okay, now let's do my saving challenges. Excuse me, Alonzo. Oh my gosh, I need to put my driving lesson away. So driving lesson is just going to become the new car fund for now. So this is going to be if I need petrol or anything like that. I've got 220. It was kind of good because so a driving lesson with an instructor, like the 2 hours, would have been like 350 or something. So that's why I saved up so much. And then it ended up just being like 120 because it was a normal lesson. So that was good. I at least saved money by messing up my hazards test. Okay, here, let me see how much we've got. We've got 50, 100, 200, and 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, and 10, 20, $330. Woohoo. Okay. Let us figure it out. What are we doing? So, Alonzo, I just want to finish this one off. I'm going to finish off Alonzo and Pepsi Cheers. Don't want them. I've got my new binder now. I don't want these old loser challenges. Just kidding. They're really great challenges. And I'm happy I did them. I don't want to, like, slag them off too bad. But I want to move on. I want to move on to fresh new challenges. New year, new me, new challenges. So, again, each one of these is a box. Each box is $10. So, like, that's 5 boxes. So that's $50. So I'll colour them in and I'll see what else has been happening in my life. Back at work now, which is not fun. I've been back for 2 days. And I already want to be retired. So that is precisely why I'm saving for this. The Do It for Alonzo and Pepsi Cheers both go to my retirement funds. Travel will go to the travel fund. There's, I think, like 157 days now until I go to America, which I am so excited about. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I still don't fully believe that I'm going. I just want to be there already. I'm so happy. let me see, what else have I been doing? Yeah, the driving one's big. I did get to drive my friend about like 30 minutes away. Oh, that's done. Hang on. Challenge completed. I'm finished. I finished. Oh my gosh. So I know that Camera Cash goes like challenge completed, and then Gen X Budgets has a little bell that she rings. She goes ding. So I need like a moo. Oh, that could be cute. Moo. He's mooing because I completed a challenge. For him, $100, $200, $300. Oh, that feels good. $300. You know, I'll just pop it in the bank envelope. $300. Do that and get rid of this one. Bye-bye. Oh, I think I should be able to complete the Pepsi Cheers one as well. And then I'll move on to the rest of them. But, oh my gosh, $300 for retirement. So 2010, that'll be 50. Yeah, I'm just very excited. I got to take my friend to go pick up a monitor because we both are normally like public transport people. And so we are not used to being able to actually go and pick something heavy up. So I got to drive her and we went to lunch and she shouted me lunch. It was very nice. And that's why I bought the carabiner because I get to put my car keys on it. But then Mum made me give back the car key. So currently it's an empty carabiner, but that's so tragic. It's my empty carabiner because I don't actually have the keys yet. But oh my gosh, moo! Oh, Mooney! I'll think of something, but I'm excited. That one is also done. I think this was a Save 300. I don't even know. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to quickly swap as much as I can. 20, 40, 50, 50, and then for 20. Okay, there we go. Let's see how much we got. 150, 60, oh, see? 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. Ah! Woo! So that is a total of, oh my goodness, let's count this up. 100, I already know what it's going to be. We're going to count it anyway. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 520, 40, 60, 80, $600. You guys, $600. What on earth is this? This is amazing. Oh my goodness. 600. Holy moly. I'm so, I love saving challenges for that reason. I'm going to put them all in this one at the back, which also, actually, no, might as well do this. 600, 750, 60, 70, 80, 90, $800. I thought this was meant to be 300. We're not doing this again. That was confusing to me. Oh my gosh. You guys, $800. $800. This is why I love cash stuffing. I think it's so great. I'm gonna put this in my my box, and I think I'm gonna unstuff it. Hopefully this weekend. I'll see if I can do it. Find time this weekend to do it and film it for you guys, because I am so, to be quite frank, I'm so bloody proud of myself. Like, I was not, like, oh my gosh, sorry, I feel like I'm gonna, like, I don't want to be sappy and say I'm gonna cry, but I feel so proud of myself. Like, you know, I've got amazing support systems. I'm so lucky to be able to live at home and not pay rent, and I'm privileged enough to not have so many things that I have to pay for, so I can save most of my money. But just when you see the outcome of it, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Holy moly, I'm so happy. And also this this week, this current pay period actually, because my therapy is normally like $200 and something, and then I get a refund from Medicare, but because it wasn't my, like I don't have the Medicare at the moment, I've got to get another mental health care plan. It's a whole other thing, but my therapist was like, oh, I'll charge you less. And so the savings, I put that in my travel fund, and I've now reached $2,000 of travel spending money. And then I've got this amount of travel spending money. It's just, this is fantastic. This is, holy moly. This is, like, I don't even have words. I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that I found out about cash stuffing when I did. Because I see a lot of cash stuffers on here, and I don't want to sound mean when I say that they're like a lot older than me, because they are. It's a fact. I'm only 20. I'm going to be 25 this year. Holy moly! But I'm 24 at the moment, and a lot of people, you know, they find out about cash stuffing when they're like 30 or 40, which there's no harm in that. Like there's no harm. There's no shame in that. Like it's totally fine. But starting when you're young and you have so few expenses, you know, I don't have a family to take care of. I have a family, but I don't take care of them, except Alonso, my beautiful son. I take care of him, but he requires no food. So he's very, very easy to take care of. You know, there is just so much more that you can do when you have the time and the energy. And so I'm so happy that I found out about this, and that I have been putting away all this money to my retirement and to my, oh my gosh, look at that manky old $5 note. That's what the $5 notes used to look like. I haven't seen one in years. And it's, oh no. No, I won't do that. I was going to be like a bit crude. There's something with the portrait. If you know, you know. No, I'll keep it family friendly. But yeah, so I've got that. Anyway, sorry, my point was, I'm so happy that I found out about it when I did. I'm so lucky and so privileged to have all of these people that are helping me along my way, and I'm just, I'm so excited. Okay, done with the sappy time. I'm gonna keep stuffing. So I'm gonna put a little bit of money to deposit car. Oh my gosh, my saving siblings. Oh, okay. I was like, I've got so much money. Is all gonna go to travel? No, I have to do my saving siblings. So I'm gonna stop doing that thing where I'm like, oh, I'll do one time this and then I'll put the money. I'm just gonna do 2 weeks at a time. I also did put the dates below the 2 weeks because I forget. And to my friend in America, you're welcome, because you will forget too. So I've got it here. So Kremeth is $20 with a little love heart around it. And then Alonso is 30. So that is a total of 50. Sorry, somebody came in, so I had to pause that. But that is 50 to saving siblings. So 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a fancy person now with I've got a whole, oh my gosh, I've got like the binders like everyone else. I'm happy that I did it with my paper. And I think that is something that, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to get started in cash budgeting. Let me go spend $500 on all these binders and all these challenges for people. Like, there are free challenges. Or you can, I made this on Microsoft Word, guys. Like, I don't want to shade anyone that's like selling challenges or anything. I think it's great. You do you. And I like I'm not saying I would never ever buy a challenge. Like, I buy challenges, but you don't need to. Like, you don't need to in order to do something fun. I don't know. Should I link this down below? I'm going to link this one down below. Okay, you know what? I will link Saving Siblings down below, so that you guys can try this one out for free as well. I don't know how to link something down below, so it might take a couple days before it's there, but I will link it, and if you guys want to try it, let me know. And yeah, I'd love to see you give it a go. But I'm so happy. I absolutely love it. Love this challenge. I say love it. I've done it like once, but I'm loving it already. And oh, look at it. But yeah, you can definitely do it. Like, again, these are, okay, that one, that's paid one, but this one was free. I drew this. I got a piece of paper. I got, like, this looks like fancy, but I just had graph paper at home. You can do it with normal paper. And what I did was I folded it in half. I got a glue stick. I glued along here and along here. And then I had a binder already. I'm trying to see if I have it near me because I don't have one of those, I don't have one of those 6-hole punches. So you know what I did? I got this. I have a single hole punch that I've had for years. I individually went like bam, 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 bam. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But you can do it for really cheap. So anyway, that's like my point. Deposit. I'm just going to put like $10 to deposit. I really like $10 as my little colouring in increment. I think it's good. Oh, you know what would be cool if I did like a rainbow. So I'm going to do this one red. I'll colour in the little house. And little house. Okay, so $10 to deposit. Oh, this plastic thing is like really fun to me, actually. And then I can like reuse it. As opposed to this one, I kind of just have to glue stuff on top of it. I will do car. And I will put $10 to car. And I'll do the rest of travel. Because I really want to finish that savings challenge. That was amazing. Again, I will link it down below. And every time I forget who it's by, I'm so sorry. They didn't put their name on it. And so I don't know who it is. What colour am I going to do my car? I do have pink, but I'll do a purple car. Here we go. How much will we? So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 32. $320. Is that enough for rego? I have no idea. Okay, maybe I'll do the windows and the wheels and then I can put like another $10 another day. And that'll be like 700-ish. Is that? I really don't know how much car things cost, guys. I've never had a car. So that's fine. $10 to car. Woohoo. Okay, and then travel is the one because it just doesn't fit in that much. Obviously, this challenge would fit in there. Because, oh my gosh, it's such bad quality. Not the actual challenge itself, but I printed this on my home printer and I messed up the settings and so it didn't print its actual size. It printed like really weirdly small and because my home printer for some reason shrinks things. Like unless you explicitly tell it, print it 100%. It's like, I printed it at 90%. Why would you do that? Anyway, so I got $10, $20, $30, $40 to travel. Let me see what I can do. But yeah, so we'll get that one. Let me see what's in store. I want to see a movie soon. I've seen Wicked, and I've already told everyone about Wicked. I have no idea. I've been wanting to make more videos. I think I mentioned that in my last video. I do want to make more, but I just don't know what to make it about. And I don't want to be one of those people that just like, I don't want to not be true to myself and split it like 20 times and be like, oh, here's my $5 cash stuffings and here's my $5 cash stuffings a day later. Like I would just stuff the $10 on the first day. That's 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I do want to film a video of me unboxing my, it's like a money box, shadow box type thing. Oh, holy moly, get in there. That is thick. Oh, she a thick girl. I'm sorry. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, that's fine. That's all good. I'll leave that in. But yeah, I do want to unbox that because I've got $800 bloody dollars. Holy moly. Putting that away. I do want to make a back cover. I will make a back cover at some point. But that's what I got, my guys. Savings. Fucking the top. Savings. And it's actually falling out. It doesn't, it can't even fit there properly. $800. $800, guys. I'm so happy. But yeah, that is my cash stuffings for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Bam. Bam, bam. No, oh, no, my swatch. Put my swatch back. Click, click. Okay, I hope you'll have a wonderful week, 2 weeks, whenever I see you. And yeah, stay safe. Budget smartly. I need a catchphrase. I'll come up with a good catchphrase as well. Save some Mooney. Every time I say Mooney, I feel like I'm talking about Remus Lupin from Harry Potter and not money, but like how a cow would say it. Anyway, so have a wonderful time, save money, and stay safe. And I will see you at the very least, in 2 weeks, when I will hopefully finish this darn savings challenge. It's kind of my fault that it's this long, because the original was not this long. But I intentionally made it long, and now I'm complaining about how long it is. But yeah, and I'm sorry. I really love my these savings challenges. I will figure out how to link this one down below, and I'll put it down below. But yeah, I'll see you then. Bye!